Ukraine is a land of deep history, warm people, and powerful natural beauty. This country sits at the meeting point of cultures, and every region has its own story, its own colors, and its own spirit. When you travel across Ukraine, you feel old traditions living together with modern life in a very natural way. The cities are full of culture, music, and creative energy. You will see wide streets, peaceful parks, and buildings that reflect many time periods. Ukraine also has a strong connection to faith and heritage, shown in its ancient churches, golden domes, and sacred sites. Many of these places are protected for their historical importance. Outside the cities, Ukraine opens like a calm and endless canvas. There are soft rolling hills, green forests, blue rivers, and long coastlines. Every season brings a new mood. Spring feels bright and fresh. Summer is warm and open. Autumn covers the land in gold. Winter creates quiet and gentle scenes. Kyiv, Pechersk, Lavra is one of the most sacred and historic places in all of Ukraine. It stands on a high hill above the Dnipro River and feels like a peaceful world of its own. This ancient monastery complex is known for its golden domes, quiet courtyards, and deep spiritual atmosphere that has remained unchanged for many centuries. As you walk through the grounds, you see elegant churches shining in the sunlight, each one decorated with detailed artwork and traditional Ukrainian designs. The sound of church bells fills the air, giving the whole area a calm and timeless feeling. The monastery is also famous for its underground caves. These caves stretch deep beneath the earth and were once home to monks who lived simple, devoted lives. Today, the passages are carefully preserved, allowing visitors to explore this unique part of history. The Lavra is not only a religious site, but also an important cultural treasure. Inside its museums, you can find sacred icons, ancient manuscripts, and beautiful pieces of handcrafted art that show the rich spiritual traditions of Ukraine. The entire complex feels like a living museum, where every step connects you with stories from the past. St. Sophia Cathedral is one of the most important symbols of Kyiv and a masterpiece of ancient Eastern European architecture. The moment you see its soft green roofs, bright white walls, and shining golden domes, you can feel its deep historical presence. This cathedral has stood for many centuries, witnessing the rise of Kyiv as a cultural and spiritual center. Inside, the atmosphere feels calm and majestic. The walls are covered with detailed mosaics and frescoes created by artists from long ago. These artworks show scenes from history, faith, and everyday life, and many of them have remained in their original form since the early days of the cathedral. The gentle light that enters through the windows makes the colors glow softly, creating a peaceful and almost magical feeling. Walking through the interior, you can sense how important this place was for rulers, scholars, and travelers throughout the centuries. It served not only as a religious building, but also as a center of learning and communication. Today it continues to protect priceless history, allowing visitors to connect with the culture of ancient Kyiv Rus. Andriyivskyy descent is one of the most charming and artistic streets in Kyiv. It winds down a steep hill like a quiet pathway through time, connecting the historic upper part of the city with the old Podil district below. The moment you step onto this street, you feel its unique atmosphere filled with creativity, history, and local character. Colorful buildings line both sides, each one with its own style and story. Many of these houses once belonged to writers, painters, and musicians, and their artistic spirit still lives in the area. As you walk, you will find small galleries, handmade craft stalls, and friendly vendors offering paintings, jewelry, and traditional souvenirs. The entire street feels like an open-air art market, where every corner has something interesting to see. High above the descent stands the beautiful St. Andrew's Church, with its bright blue walls and golden details. It adds a magical touch to the surroundings and can be seen from many parts of the city. From its viewpoint, you can enjoy wide views of both the modern and historic areas of Kyiv. The Golden Gate is one of the most iconic landmarks of Kyiv and a powerful reminder of the city's ancient past. Standing proudly at the edge of the historic center, it once served as the main entrance to the old city during the time of Kyiv Rus. Today, it is a beautifully restored monument that helps you imagine what life looked like many centuries ago. The structure is built from strong stone and brick, and its wooden upper part shows how traditional defensive towers once appeared. When you look at it closely, you can see how carefully the design combines strength and beauty. The arched passageway in the center gives a sense of importance, as if every traveler who walked through it was entering a grand and thriving city. Around the gate, There is a peaceful park with trees, benches, and pathways that invite visitors to relax and enjoy the surroundings. In this area, you can also find a small museum inside the structure. It displays models, artifacts, and information that explain how the original fortifications protected Kyiv in the past. Mariyinsky Palace is one of the most elegant and graceful buildings in Kyiv. It stands near the edge of a high riverbank, surrounded by quiet gardens and wide open views. The palace is painted in soft blue and white colors, giving it a light and royal appearance that immediately catches the eye. It has long been used for official ceremonies and important state events, making it a symbol of national dignity and tradition. The architecture of the palace is designed in a beautiful Baroque style, with decorative details, tall windows, and gentle curves that create a feeling of harmony. As you walk around the grounds, you can admire the well-kept lawns, blooming flowers, and peaceful pathways that make the area feel calm and inviting. The palace garden stretches out behind the building, offering a relaxing space where you can enjoy fresh air and quiet views of the Dnipro River. Mariyinsky Palace carries a long history. Over the years, it has witnessed many significant moments and has been carefully restored to preserve its original beauty. Even from the outside, the building tells a story of cultural heritage, elegance, and pride. St. Michael's Monastery is one of the most beautiful and recognizable landmarks in Kyiv. Its bright sky blue walls and shining golden domes create a peaceful and uplifting atmosphere from the moment you see it. The monastery sits on a spacious square in the historic part of the city, and its elegant design reflects centuries of spiritual tradition. As you walk around the courtyard, you notice the calm rhythm of monastery life. The soft sound of bells, the gentle movement of visitors, and the warm colors of the buildings make the space feel open and welcoming. The architecture combines classic Ukrainian styles with graceful details that give the entire complex a sense of harmony and light. Inside the church, the interior is filled with glowing icons, rich colors, and beautiful artwork that highlight the depth of Ukrainian religious culture. Many of the images and decorations honor the history of the monastery, which has stood through challenging periods and has been lovingly restored to preserve its original beauty. Podil is one of the oldest and most character-filled neighborhoods in Kyiv. It sits along the banks of the Dnipro River and has a relaxed, welcoming atmosphere that makes it a favorite area for both locals and visitors. The streets here are lined with colorful buildings, small cafes, creative shops, and lively markets that give the neighborhood a warm and authentic charm. Walking through Podil, you feel a mix of history and modern life blending naturally together. Many of the streets still follow their ancient layouts, and the buildings reflect different periods of the city's past. At the same time, the neighborhood is full of creative energy, with young artists, musicians, and small businesses bringing fresh ideas to the area. You can explore cozy squares, peaceful courtyards, and quiet lanes that lead toward the river. The neighborhood is also known for its local food spots, where you can try traditional Ukrainian dishes as well as modern interpretations created by new chefs. Podil feels like a place where people gather to enjoy everyday moments, from morning coffee to evening walks. The Kyiv Opera House is one of the most elegant cultural landmarks in Ukraine. It stands in the center of the city with a grand design that immediately catches your eye. The building has a classic European style, with detailed arches, sculptures, and a soft mix of colors that make it look timeless. Inside, the atmosphere feels calm and refined. The main hall is known for its rich decorations, gentle lighting, and warm acoustics that make music sound full and natural. Many visitors say that just stepping inside feels like entering a world of art and tradition. The Kyiv Opera House is famous for opera, ballet, and classical performances. Artists from Ukraine and from around the world have performed here, making it a respected stage in European culture. Even if someone does not usually watch opera or ballet, the experience here feels special because of the way music, movement, and architecture come together. Outside, the area around the building is lively, with cafes, historic streets, and a steady flow of people enjoying the city. It is a place that shows the creative spirit of Kyiv and the long cultural heritage of Ukraine. The Lviv Opera House is one of the most beautiful and celebrated buildings in Ukraine. It rises at the heart of the old city with a design that looks elegant, artistic, and full of detail. The front of the building has statues, columns, and carvings that show the long artistic tradition of Lviv. When you walk inside, the space feels warm and luxurious. The hall is decorated with soft colors, gold accents, and gentle lights that create a calm and inviting atmosphere. The architecture blends classic European styles, making every corner look like a piece of art. The Lviv Opera House is known for opera, ballet, and orchestral music. Many talented performers have appeared on its stage, and visitors often say that watching a show here feels like stepping into a world where history and art meet. Even without attending a performance, simply visiting the building gives a strong feeling of culture and pride. Rynok Square is the historic heart of Lviv and one of the most charming places in Ukraine. The square is surrounded by old buildings with colorful facades, each one telling a story from a different time. The mix of styles creates a warm and lively atmosphere that feels both ancient and welcoming. As you walk through the square, you hear street music, gentle conversations, and the sound of footsteps on the stone streets. Cafes and small restaurants line the area, offering local dishes and a relaxed place to enjoy the view. Many people come here to sit outside, watch the city move, and feel the rhythm of daily life. Rynok Square is also home to historic townhouses, museums, and cultural landmarks. Every building has its own character, with decorative windows, balconies, and details that show the rich heritage of Lviv. The square is always full of energy, but it never loses its peaceful charm. Potocki Palace is one of the most elegant landmarks in Lviv, known for its classic beauty and peaceful atmosphere. The palace has a graceful French style with soft colors, tall windows, and detailed decorations that make it look like a scene from a European painting. Its design feels balanced, refined, and full of artistic charm. When you enter the palace, the rooms feel warm and carefully crafted. High ceilings, gentle lighting, and decorative walls create a sense of calm and sophistication. Many spaces are filled with artwork and historical pieces that show the rich cultural life of the region. The palace often hosts exhibitions, cultural events, and official gatherings. Visitors enjoy walking through the halls, learning about the history connected to the Potocki family, and experiencing the beauty of the architecture. Every corner of the palace reflects a time when art and design were created with great attention to detail. The Armenian Quarter in Lviv is one of the oldest and most atmospheric parts of the city. It feels like a small world of its own, filled with narrow lanes, stone walls, and historic buildings that carry centuries of culture. As you walk through this area, the quiet corners and gentle shadows create a peaceful and almost timeless mood. At the center of the quarter stands the Armenian Cathedral, a place with deep spiritual meaning. Its walls, arches, and carvings reflect a long tradition of Armenian art and craftsmanship. The courtyard around the cathedral is calm and beautifully detailed, making it a favorite spot for visitors who enjoy history and quiet spaces. The streets of the Armenian Quarter have small cafes, art studios, and hidden passages that invite you to explore slowly. Every turn shows a new piece of the area's past, from old stone houses to wooden balconies and colorful doors. It is a place where stories of different cultures come together in a natural way. The Odessa Opera House is one of the most graceful and admired buildings in southern Ukraine. It stands with a grand curved design, detailed sculptures, and warm colors that make it look elegant from every side. The building mixes European architectural styles in a way that feels artistic and welcoming. Inside, the atmosphere is rich and peaceful. The hall has soft lights, gentle gold tones, and beautifully shaped balconies that create a feeling of warmth and luxury. The acoustics are known for their clarity, allowing music and voices to sound full, smooth, and natural. The Odessa Opera House hosts opera, ballet, and classical music performances, attracting talented artists from Ukraine and beyond. Even for visitors who do not usually attend such shows, the experience here feels special because of the harmony between the music and the building's beauty. Chernihiv is one of the oldest and most peaceful cities in Ukraine. Known for its deep history and calm beauty, the city has wide green spaces, gentle river views, and ancient landmarks that reflect many centuries of culture and tradition. Walking through Chernihiv feels like moving through a quiet story that has been carefully preserved. One of the most remarkable features of the city is its historic churches and monasteries. Their white walls, golden domes, and detailed architecture create a sense of harmony and spiritual depth. Many of these sacred places stand on high ground, offering views of the surrounding landscape and the soft curves of the Desna River. The old center of Chernihiv is filled with calm streets, open parks, and buildings that show the city's long connection to art, faith, and craftsmanship. People often come here to enjoy the peaceful atmosphere, listen to the sounds of nature, and slow down from the rhythm of daily life.